right now it is not the right environment. There are thought patterns, actions that are being taken, things that are happening to kind of mold you into the person that you need to be. So what messages do we have from the divine for the viewers here today? All the people that are wanting to check out this video, getting some messages from the divine. What do they need to know? What do they need to know? Like that, for real. Like, it just be like, don't not listen to me. Okay, I believe we have all the cards that we need. Okay, I got a couple that fell on the floor, so let's kind of flip them over. So, oh wow, it's so weird because, like, okay, so I did a love reading earlier today. I don't know if you guys can see the cards. I have changed angles. Okay, here we go. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords and the Six of Swords. This is a little bit strange, like trying to go for both cameras, but I'm trying something new. I guess between like this video and the last two videos, let me know like which ones work. We also had Strength and the Nine of Wands, and then this is the King of Cups. So just gonna sit with this a bit. The Nine of Pentacles, like, you guys have been just kind of chilling. Like, almost like you've labored a lot and you were able to kind of take a break, kind of just relax and just kind of get a handle on everything. I feel like you were able to relax and enjoy. She has like this, like, she's lounging and she's reading a book. Like, she's lounging, she's reading a book, she has a glass of wine, got cheese and crackers. Like, she's living her best life, y'all. And then she has like this apple tree at the top, like, and it just seems like, you know, all of the fruits of her labor are coming in, and it's giving her time to kind of take it back, to kind of chill, to kind of see where she is, and kind of to enjoy everything that she's been working for. So maybe you have been able to really relax right now during this time, really kind of take your time to see where you've been and where you plan to go, and how you can really enjoy your time. I think a lot of us have spent a lot of time. We haven't really had time to enjoy the fruits of our labor. And so this is basically the time that we had. Someone really, like, I don't know, someone just, you know, you were living your life and someone just came up from the back and just was like, yeah, like, just deception, deceit, like, just backstabbing. And I don't know what's really going on here because it kind of doesn't make sense. It's like you were really on, like, living the highest of the high, kind of relaxed and having a good time, and then it's like drama just came and like hit you over the head. And then it's like you were able to kind of like recoup yourself in the Six of Swords and just kind of like get away from all of that nonsense. But you also had to have a lot of strength, and you have the Strength card. This card is taking a lot for you. I feel like maybe these cards are in the wrong order, but this is weird, y'all. This is weird. Because we have the Six of Swords, and there's like this gust of wind kind of going through the card. And then at the same time, in the Strength card, which is the next card, there's like a tornado, and she's using this wind magic to create this tornado, and she's standing in her power. But then in the Nine of Swords, we're really seeing you really put up a fight. Like, you are backed up against the wall. You don't have any allies. You don't have many allies here besides the cat. You have this sense of sanity, this sense of being complete, having completion in your world. You were able to really enjoy the fruits of your labor at that time. And then something happened. Something happened where someone betrayed you. Someone, like, you just got hit with a bunch of bad news. That's like, it, to me, it doesn't feel like, in the love reading that I did, it felt like someone just like ripped their heart out. Like, on this, it feels like someone just hit you over the head with a ton of bad news, and it just really like crumbled you. And I know that this is not what this card is about, but that's what it feels like. It's almost like you got blindsided by that. Okay, so in the Ten of Swords, it feels like this person just whisked away in the wind. Like, they just dropped the bomb on you and dipped, and you were kind of left with like a lot of like betrayal, hurt type feelings. Maybe like someone was gossiping about you, or you found out the truth about someone. Maybe someone told you about someone doing you wrong. Maybe there was a business partner, or a potential, like a mate, someone that you were thinking about dating. I mean, it really could be anything at this point, and it just seems like this person just like kind of dropped the bomb and left, and it kind of left you in this aura of like, what the F, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on right now? And then you have the Six of Swords, where the wind is now taking you away. You're able to really get out of there, and you're able right now to get on the way. I feel like you are moving towards something, and I feel like this something is kind of trying to find that power that you had before. Back in the Nine of Pentacles, you're trying to get back to homeostasis, and it's taking strength. But I do feel that in this time of taking strength, you're not really doing the work that came with that Ten of Swords. All of the feelings and the emotions that came with that. You're just kind of standing strong. But the only thing is, when you really start to stand strong and you're not really like setting into, you're not dealing with the dark clouds that came with that Ten of Swords. You're not dealing with that hidden shadow, that anger, whatever feelings that you're feeling. You kind of just shove them away, and you say, I need to be strong right now. I don't have time to worry about these small things. But it's not small. It's obviously affecting you, and it's something that you need to deal with. And because you're not dealing with them, you've created like a literal tornado. Like a literal tornado, my guy. Like, you are creating havoc around you in a way that is unintentional. And so it, like, people may not actually be blaming you for it. People may not actually be saying anything about it, but the way, I feel like it has something to do with the words that you say. The tongue of the lion is kind of coming out to me. And even though it's supposed to be like, maybe you're saying things that are supposed to be loving, but they're coming out as a tongue lashing. I don't know, it just came into my head. But like with lions, like they are a predator, and just by licking, if they were to lick the human skin repetitively in the same place for a particular amount of time, they would actually start to take the skin off of you with just their tongue. And the way that I'm thinking about that is, you are unnecessarily, almost like the Queen of Swords, kind of like just giving people that lash of just, you know what I mean? And you're trying to stay strong, but you're not really dealing with what you have going on. And I feel like in the Nine of Swords, it's really coming back to bite you. You are dead. You're kind of like backed into a corner. You don't really know like what it is that you're supposed to do about this situation. It's almost like you're like, I'm using everything that I have. I'm throwing everything that I have at it, and I just feel like everything is coming in, and then the walls are closing in on you, and you keep throwing all of these different things about it. You're wounded. It all really comes down to the fact that you've really been chasing this peace of mind in the Nine of Pentacles. It seems like it's very weird, because in the Nine of Wands, there are all these wands on the ground that are fizzled out. Like, you've used all the ammo that you have, and you're down to your very last, you know? You're down to the bare bones clothes that you have. Like, her cloak and hat are on the ground. They're discarded at this point. Her head is wounded. Her, like, these wands are on the ground. They're fizzled out. Almost looks like they could catch on fire at any time. And she's afraid. And in this moment, I feel like you have all these emotions that you're fighting. And then on top of having emotions that you haven't dealt with, you have all of these people and circumstances and situations that are all coming at you left and right. And there seems to be someone, this King of Cups, someone who can help you get through this situation. I'm going to pull some more cards just to get some clarification. I have some other decks over here, but I don't feel like we have a clear story to even ask the Oracle. I don't know. I have a habit of actually shuffling my cards backwards. So weird. Okay, which way? Okay, let's see. Give me clarification on what was going on before this situation. Give me clarification on the Nine of Pentacles. Where were you? How did this situation come about? How did this situation come about? Well, okay, so, okay. So it seems that you kind of like started something. And so then if we started something, give me more clarification. Ooh, it just all fell out. Let's give me more clarification on the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, I'm just going to take the one that was upright. The Ace of Wands. You just have all of these wands here. It's very weird. It's very weird to see that you are at completion and then... Okay, so how do we get to the Ten of Swords? Give me clarification on the Ten of Swords. Give me clarification on the Ten of Swords. It seems like you started something recently that came... The Wheel of Fortune. Give me clarification on... Okay, so this deck is playing games with me right now. Okay, give me clarification on the... Everything here is just pointing toward a new beginning. I got the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. I honestly just feel almost like you went on this new journey, something very creative, and that ultimately became lucrative in some point. And I believe that things had been going well because you got to the Nine of Pentacles. That is how it came about. But then with the Ten of Swords, it's almost like you were gambling with this thing, or you didn't really know where you were going. You were just kind of like following the whim, and somehow we got to this Ten of Swords. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you're an influencer, maybe you made some wrong decisions. Kind of want to clarify this Wheel of Fortune. Give me a concrete answer, please. I want to know what happened with this Ten of Swords. How do we go from new beginning to just Ten of Swords? Was there someone? Was there something that happened? Ooh. Ooh. I just want to say everything. Okay. One card came out on its own, so I'll take it. And it is the Two of Swords. So I do feel like, okay, if you got to the Ten of Swords and you had the Wheel of Fortune, so essentially you were shooting in the dark. You had this great idea, but you didn't know where you were going, and you didn't really try to, you didn't really try to figure it out so much. Like, you just kind of, I don't know. It's like you just kind of were just like throwing darts. He was like, yo, this is a great idea. This is a great idea. This is a great idea. But you had a blindfold on. You weren't really paying attention to where things were going. And if you look at the cards, how they are now, right next to each other, they both are a circle. They both look like a bullseye. And it's almost like you were playing the Wheel of Fortune. You were just throwing this sword at this Wheel of Fortune and getting what you got. And I think this kind of went wrong for you somewhere. Maybe instead of, I feel like it's not that you lost a ton of money or anything like that. It's almost like things started not to go the way that you wanted. Whether you were deceived or maybe some things were just done wrong. You've been losing either a following or you've been losing some type of influence as it comes into your life, because it doesn't feel like love at all. It feels like something passionate, something like it feels like a business, if I'm being really honest. It feels like you were trying to start a business, or you were trying to start something to create some type of income. And you really didn't have a structured plan. Things just kind of fell apart as they may. And this one thing just kind of like, it was like you were building a house of cards. So everything just kind of crumbled underneath it. And then in the Six of Swords, you kind of leaned on someone close. I don't know, some people that were close to you almost. And you've just kind of been trying to save face. You've been trying to, you've been trying to pick up the cards, but at this point, you don't really know. None of these cards want to go back in, but wow. Okay. Give me clarification on the Six of Swords. I didn't even get that out. The Magician. Give me clarification on the Strength card. I'm going to just get some clarifying cards out just so I can figure out what's going on. things are getting very weird, to say the least. It's just a lot of cards that don't go together. I'm trying to figure out how they all go. So this is weird. So I'm not sure if it feels like there was some type of business thing coming, and I like at the whole top of this reading, but then in the Six of Swords, the clarification is the Magician. And you have the power to flip the situation. And then in the Strength card, you have a lot of passion here. You have a lot of love happening here. And then when I clarified the Nine of Wands, yeah, the Seven of Wands. And it's like everyone's coming after you. Everyone is coming for you. And now you're at this point where you were putting up a fight, but now you're kind of all burnt out. And then trying to figure out what this actual fight was about. But I mean, I keep getting love cards, like abundance, family, the Queen of Cups. I'm a little we're gonna have to draw some oracle cards, y'all. I'm a little lost. I don't know what y'all got going on. It seems like it's a lot more than one thing happening here. Like maybe you started a new business venture and you also started something very creative, or maybe in hopes to create something. Like maybe you wanted to make a family, because I did get the Empress as well. So you are creating, you are inspired to create something, and you had this tragic moment, and you're just kind of shooting in the dark. You're just hoping for a Wheel of Fortune. There's nothing really succinct here. There's nothing where you can just kind of like, you haven't really planned anything, it seems like. And then you have the Magician here, so it's almost like you're creating this situation for yourself, and at the same time you're running away from it. And it's very strange because they're both facing away from each other. It's as if you don't know that this is of your own doing, and whatever this situation was for you, it's required you to have a lot of strength, but it's also requiring you to have a lot of love. So I'm not sure if it's saying that you have someone in your life right now who is willing to help you to become the Queen of Cups, to become someone who can deal with their issues, who can become someone who can work through whatever they have going on, whatever that you have going on, and help you through it. There's also someone who is offering you love. Like legitimately, it is a cup of hearts. It's a cup of love. Like someone is offering you love in your time of darkness. Someone is asking for your quality time. Can you see it? Quality time. And so it's almost like you're fighting it. This is so strange for me, y'all, because like usually this is like a lot easier, but it's just, and I got the Lovers, and all of these cards are clarification for this Nine of Wands. Like almost like what it feels like is you may have had a setback or a failure in a business because you weren't or I don't know if it was a business or it was just like you were trying to get to something in this relationship, maybe trying to be a power couple, maybe you just wanted to have something of your own, but you weren't structured enough for it to happen. Or you were trying, or some of you may have tried to conceive, but you weren't being structured enough to make it happen. And you keep having these bad instances, maybe a miscarriage, maybe bad business decisions, bad situations happening as it occurs because you keep throwing darts in the dark. You're not looking. You could easily aim and shoot and make what it is that you want, but you're not necessarily doing that. And you have the power to make whatever it is that you want to manifest happen, but it's not happening because of the way that you're going about it. And then there is someone in your life, more than likely someone special. I would say that this could be a partnership. Like someone that you really like. I just noticed in this Knight of Cups that there is like a shark swimming underneath him while he's dashing off to give this cup of love to someone. He's ready to fill someone's cup. I feel, now this is just something like either you have someone that's there for you and you constantly just keep putting them in your drama, in your situation, and they're just trying the best they can to help you out. Or I feel like this person is just willing to put themselves in harm's way to give you the love that you need during this time, but you're actually the one that's fighting them. You're actually the one that's doing harm. You're not allowing them to be the King of Cups for you, to help you become the Queen of Cups. You're almost running away from that. And it's very weird because it's almost like you want that. You want that in your life. You want to be able to have a family. You want to be able to have abundance. You want to be able to create success for yourself. But it's almost like you unconsciously are self-sabotaging yourself. I'm going to draw some goddess cards, only because it took me so long to figure out what was going on here, y'all. Like, it's so many contradictory cards. Like, I was just like, yo, what the heck do y'all have going on? Like, I be thinking drama be for real, but like, if you're worrying, you know what I mean? Like, just cool it, bro. Cool it. You got too much shit going on your plate right now. All right. Ooh, this one. Okay, here we go. So I had 3 that fell out. I'm just gonna do them in order because I don't really have room on my table to kind of like show you what's happening. So the first, let me see, can I fit this in here? The first card is Lakshmi. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And it says that the future is bright, okay? Stop worrying about everything that's going to happen in the future. Like, everything is fine. Everything is going the way that it should. And if you would just get out of your own way and just do the damn thing, then you wouldn't have a problem. The next card is the Mother Mary. I almost said Mary Magdalene. Like, she's in here. I love that for other reasons. Okay, so expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. I am still being drawn to this baby. Like, are y'all out here like trying to have a baby and just not succeeding? Like, I'm sorry if I'm being like completely just insensitive, but that's what it feels like. Like, it's so weird because now my eye is like being drawn to all these random things. So it almost feels like some of you are trying to start a business and you are hitting those really hard brick walls of road bumps, and those things will be ironed out pretty soon. Endings and beginnings with Kali. And it says the old must be released so that you can enter the new. You all are, whoever you are watching this video, y'all are all trying to start something new. But at the same time, like, there is this energy in the world right now that's like getting rid of what you used to think was normal, getting rid of the things that you used to think were okay that aren't okay, the things that have lived in society for so long that aren't worthy of being there, that live in your psyche and your subconscious and your beliefs and your thoughts. Those things have to go. Goodbye. Things are coming about in such a way that we are all going through a lot of shifts. Stop worrying about it. If you guys are worrying, sitting at home, just worrying to death, stop. If y'all not going nowhere, you don't have that much to worry about. I think there are a lot of things going on in the world, and yes, you can't say that it's not happening, but if you continue to worry about it, the only thing you're doing is hurting yourself and actually hurting your health, because the more you worry, the lower your immune system gets. Okay, here is Mary Magdalene. Now, I keep looking at this card because the baby Jesus in this card, it feel like it's waving to me like, hey, right here, yo, like, hey. And he's like, I'm a coming. So I feel like, you know, for those people who are trying to conceive, I do feel like you will be able to. It will come. It's just that right now, especially if you recently had a miscarriage or if you recently have had some bad news as it pertains to this situation, I feel like things will mull over, things will start to grow, but right now it is not the right environment. There are thought patterns, actions that are being taken, things that are happening to kind of mold you into the person that you need to be in order for things to move forward. And there's a lot of self-work, there's a lot of emotions that you haven't dealt with that are preventing you from being a vessel to this new spirit. And until you deal with that, these things may not happen for you, or you will be forced to deal with them as things, you'll be forced to deal with them as things progress. Like, say you wait forever and you do get pregnant, but you haven't dealt with any of your issues, you're gonna have a hard pregnancy because you're gonna have to deal with all of that stuff before your baby gets here. And let me just be honest with you guys, those hormones don't play no games, okay? Whatever you got lurking in there is gonna spill out like the flood, okay? Kali, so endings and beginnings. Like I just said, a lot of you are going to have to let go of some of your old beliefs. If you are someone who, it's like very weird because it's very wishy-washy. Like, some of you have a business that you're working on. You are more than likely working with a partner that you already have. And this has really been like great for your relationship. And it's looking like, you know, you feel like you're backed into a corner. You feel like you don't have anything else to throw at it. And the point is that you're trying to do it alone, and you need to stop. You need to take a second and really start to think about, like, what is really holding you back? What mindset what mindset, perspective, what are you holding on to that's preventing you from leaning on this person who is willing to give you the shoulder to lean on and to give you that help? I also have been called to see like this third eye. So maybe you guys do like spiritual practices or something like that. I feel like a lot of you need to center yourself, to get closer to the divine in whichever way makes sense for you. Maybe meditation might be something that that would benefit you. Also, I think opening your third eye. I feel like a lot of people are afraid of it because it's like this dark unknown. It's like people think that there's something wrong with it. But being able to enlighten yourself, being able to really oh yeah, that's scary. Being able to really like see to see things for as they really are, to see things in reality, to be able to move forward and not be blinded by what people want you to see versus what you should be seeing, versus, you know, what you want to put into your life. And I don't know if there's any more messages. I feel like that kind of wrapped it up. I almost feel like I need to stop talking, but like, if you are on your journey to business, like, congratulations. Yes, it's hard as AF, and you just have to kind of get your stuff together. I feel like, you know, maybe some of you who are trying to start your business had things really easy starting out. You were able to really save your money, get things together, and kind of start without a whole lot of hiccups. And so now you're experiencing those business hiccups right now. And you're trying to learn how to pivot, how to kind of move and groove, but you have to understand that you're not in it alone. You have to be able to lean on people. You have to be able to deal with those emotions in a loving way and be able to love yourself. And not only that, but not to ignore your loved ones. I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but you have to be able to do work and have a balance with your family life, with your love life. And it can be really hard, like really hard. So if that is you, I would say take some time for yourself. Figure out a schedule. A lot of us are stuck at home right now. Figure out a schedule. Figure out what it is that is really resonating with you. Figure out what is it that you need to empower yourself, to get yourself going, to get yourself put together in such a way where you can start these new journeys. And you know, the fact that you have so many lovers cards here, so many loving and abundance cards, I feel like once you deal with your emotions, things will fall into place. You and your spouse will get things together. You and whatever partner that you may have, if y'all have been fighting or whatever, y'all will come to a reconciliation, because in a way, this will give you guys a better chance to mature emotionally and be able to communicate better. You also should really look into getting on a schedule. Do the best you can. Get on that schedule. Get yourself to a point where it's not hard to get things going. It's weird. It's like maybe you have a hard time starting to work on things, or maybe you have a hard time finishing. So really, I would look into block scheduling, and it's basically a way where you use block scheduling and theming. So what that basically means is, like, say you work 5 days a week and you don't work on the weekends. Like on Monday, you would theme that day. So say like you do all your office work on Monday. You do say you're like a influencer. I feel like that's the easiest way. So you do office work on Monday, you plan things, you get everything written out, you do all your research, blah, 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 blah. On Tuesday, you edit video, you shoot all your videos, you get all your B-roll, you do all that stuff. On Wednesday, you sit down and you edit everything. On Thursday, you might start to upload things, do all the picture work, all the what do you call it, Canva, like where you do the thumbnails and stuff like that, writing all the descriptions and all that stuff down. And then by the time we get to Friday, all you have to do is post or schedule your post. And then basically you would just pick up on, because each day would have bullet points under of things that you had to complete. So at that last day, the only thing that you would have to do is really just go over what you haven't already done. And maybe that will help some of you. Others of you, if you are trying to conceive, I would say, or trying to find a family balance, if you're trying to find a family balance, I would just block off days specifically for family. Block off time. Plan things. What do you want to do with your family? What kind of time do you want to spend with them? Do you want to cook dinner together? Do you want to have game night? Blah, blah, blah. Movie night. That kind of stuff. If you're trying to conceive, I would say the first thing that you should do is obvious, you know, like learning more about ovulation, learning more about how your body specifically works and where do things feel wrong. Try doing yoni baths and steams and sitz baths, SITZ, doing sitz baths to clean out that area and making it hospitable for a child to be conceived. You can also start to take certain herbs that will help you get in the mood and also to stabilize your hormones in such a way that you are a prime candidate. Like Damiana is a great one because it balances your hormones. Maca is also a great one. You can take it and it'll balance out your hormones if your hormones are all over the place or you have inconsistent cycles. Like if it's something on your partner's side, if you or a male, if you're a male in this situation, learning all that you can about your sperm count. How can you increase your vitality, to create that situation for you, and just learn all that you can. Do what you can and don't stress. Stress creates an environment that is not hospitable to creating children. If you would like to know more about that, if you have any questions about a particular topic, I can make a video for you. You know, I am into herbs and remedies and all kinds of stuff. So ask your questions away. If you guys have resonated with this, I am really glad and I hope it helped. And if it has not, I am sorry. I hope you find a video that resonated with you. I am kind of getting used to this. I want to try doing pick a card readings, but I'm not sure if that's something that that is resonating with me at the time. But I might try it. I hope, if you were drawn to this video and the messages resonate, please let me know down below. I would love to hear like how this reading pertains to your life. Hopefully, the divine drew you here for a reason. Hopefully you were able to receive some type of message or some type of guidance from this. And I'll see you guys in the next one.